My name is Christine, and I help small business owners, entrepreneurs build their business, and I teach them how to do it around systems. And that, of course, is what I'm going to be sharing with you today, is how to make sure that your month goes seamless every month so that you always have business. Because I know that there's months where it gets really challenging on where's the people, where's the customers, where are the new reps that are joining. And I, of course, want to go through and give you guys some ideas on how you can make it more consistent. So I'm sitting outside in a field. You're going to hear the football practice, and my daughter is cheering on over here. So I am a visual person. Whenever I am learning something, I have to see it. I've got like a photographic memory, and I do that, of course, for driving and just how I learn. I'm very visual. My son, he's 9. He's also very visual as well. So whenever I'm creating a system for people, I have to think about the types of learning that people will have. Some people can just hear things and know how to do it. Some people really need to see things, like me. And then some people really need to go through the motions before it's actually burned and they have an idea of what to do. So when you're creating teaching or training for people that are following you, then you, of course, want to make sure that you're trying to teach to all those different types of learning, because then people are going to be able to have greater success. Now, my forte has been working as an entrepreneur for 15 years, and I have onboarded and helped groomed many entrepreneurs launch their health and fitness businesses and really become very successful. The past 7 years, I've been doing it in network marketing with Team Beachbody. And that, of course, is where I've been able to create a multi-million-dollar business. So what I do is always just try to create a super simple system. And I try to keep it short so that people can plug in and they can get right to the meat of the content. I just really want to always, of course, get to the meat of the content. So I have some examples here, and I'm getting my markers, that I want to share with you. Your business may be different than my business, but I'm going to cover what is the same. Okay. So when you're looking at your monthly activity and what you actually would need to do to grow your physical business, what do you have control over? What you have control over, of course, is selling your product, getting new customers, gaining new followers, and also signing up new reps, possibly if you're network marketing or anything where you bring on other distributors or reps to work with you. So our businesses aren't always going to be the exact same, but the principles of skills are going to be the same. So that's why this will work for the majority of y'all. And some things you might be like, well, no, I don't need to do that in my business. And you may be thinking that you don't need to do this in your business, but just put it in the back of your head. Because I know for myself, when I first got started in network marketing, I didn't know network marketing. I'd never ever done it before. And I vowed I was never going to do it. But after 6 months of growing and kind of getting through a little bit of the growing pains, I actually invested and I hired an expert in network marketing, a consultant, to work with me for and my team for a year. So I paid his year's salary. I flew him all over the country to put on meetings and teach my leaders how to effectively put on meetings. A lot of the stuff that he taught in the very beginning, I thought was kind of pointless, that it didn't make sense. We're not doing that. That's not how we roll. Or I don't need to do that. A lot of that, I thought that way. And it was because I wasn't mature yet as an entrepreneur. So I hadn't grown my business to that level where that would make sense. So always remember that some things don't apply right now, but always just put it in the back of your head, because it's going to resurface later on and you're going to be like, duh, this is so obvious that this has to take place. Hello, good seeing y'all. So just to give you a quick example on that, is when I was first starting and I had a team meeting and I brought a bunch of people on to help with getting our team together, and I had the consultant there. What he suggested, of course, was that you were on and you taught to your team to have a continuity product, that you would always be on a continuity product, meaning an auto shipment of your product, as an example. Now, for me, when I first started, back then I was pregnant. I was 5 months pregnant when I started. And the company, of course, as I said, is Team Beachbody that I'm working with. And we have nutrition, and of course we've got exercise, and of course we've got the coaching opportunity as well. So back then I was pregnant. I was already working out. So I was using the workouts, but I couldn't have the consumables because of course I was pregnant at the time. So for me to be on something that was auto ship, it didn't make sense to me. And I also thought in my mind, why should I put my money out there when I can just sell it and get the points that I need every month to be active? First of all, I sold a bunch of stuff, and yes, I did have the points, but that was a horrible mindset for me to be in, especially as a leader, because it's a domino effect. So if you as the leader don't think it's important to do a certain activity that keeps a deep connection for your team to be with a company, if you don't think it's important to do that, that will filter through and translate down deep into your business. And that will cause a lot of pain points, breaking points, and it's not going to grow a deep level of success because you're basically teaching it's not important. So you definitely always want to make sure that you are the example, and that is something you have to strongly stand on, because that will never grow your business if you are flippant and saying, it's no big deal, just sell some product and you'll get the points you need. No, you need to be consistent and active on the monthly product. And it wasn't until, of course, I gave birth and they came out with new products. So at that time, I joined that business in 2008, that they didn't have Shakeology. So Shakeology is the cornerstone consumable product that we sell within Team Beachbody. And that, of course, I've been drinking for 7 years straight now. And it's not because of I need points or I still need to be an example. It's because, of course, the quality of the nutrition. So that's something to consider. This may not apply right now, but think about it. Just write it down. It may apply. So I'm just going to cover some basic things, and I wrote them all down for you guys right here. So basically starting right here, there's three to give you an idea of what I'm going for. Every month, you need to have consistent activity that repeats itself every month. And that I'm going to go through some examples. And again, they have to be centered around your product, and it has to be centered around the business and the option for other people to do business like you are, if that's what you're in, is network marketing. So obviously this is more directed towards a network marketing scope. Okay. So that's basically where you're coming from. Every month it has to be consistent. So in the beginning years of growing my business, I would consistently run webinars every week. At that time, this was 7 years ago, every week running these live webinars to showcase the business and show people how, of course, they can do this business. Now that was way back when. Now, we've grown so much in learning how to be an entrepreneur, building your home business, and also using social media, to be able to grow your business really easy, so that you have to really think outside of the box of how can you communicate and share your opportunity, be it the products or the business, with people easier. And if you don't have it nailed to a calendar where it repeats, it's forgettable. So think about this as you guys are on here right now. It may be you, or do you have anyone on your team where they wake up and they leave their business activity up to their to-do list or up to their memory or whatever just strikes their fancy or attention for the day? So do you have that for yourself, or does your team? Let me know that you basically have each day kind of go with the flow, that you know what you typically should be doing, that you know this is the type of activity that you should be doing, and they will, but you leave it up to when you've got time, when you're on your lunch break, or you'll do it later tonight when the kids go to bed. This is very typical for entrepreneurs. So again, I've been grooming entrepreneurs now for 15 years, and the past 7 years with the network marketing. This is the biggest mistake many entrepreneurs do, is they don't treat their business like a business. They treat it like a hobby. And one of the most amateur ways an entrepreneur will treat their business as a hobby is they're not looking at it like they were a box corporate business. So now, for instance, I used to work corporate. I used to work in medical sales and applications. So when I was in the office or when I was traveling, I had a schedule that on Monday, we had a sales meeting, and everybody would come into the conference room and you would go over the agenda for the week or what you're working towards, or a tech meeting or a company update meeting. So in your normal jobs, whatever job it is, you have scheduled activity that repeats itself. So you either had those meetings run by someone else, or you sit down to your desk and it's Wednesday today. On Wednesdays, I always have to follow up with customers who bought something last week. You've got scheduled activity in your normal job. Why aren't you applying it towards your job, the one that you're trying to create to be full-time income? It has to be the same. Repetition. Because if there's not repetition, you're leaving it up for chance, and you're leaving up for chance that your business is not going to grow. It's going to grow zero. So if you want to grow your business and have it 100% grow, do this every month. So if I bring up my list here, basically here, what I have written in my list, the first thing, of course, that you want to make sure that you are offering every month. So I'm going to be talking about this in a monthly sense, because on average, the majority of network marketing companies, they build by monthly. Basically, you've got a monthly achievement, a monthly goal, a monthly quota, a monthly requirement, something, okay? So this is going to work for your month. And I'm going to bring up some calendars on how you can schedule it. But pretty much every month, at least, you should be offering some way of a free service, sampling, or support. So whatever products that you have, this is going to be relative to products, okay? So every month you have to basically give a taste of your products. And the way that you're going to do that is multiple things. So for instance, one way that I do it is I help support people in a short 5-day clean eating and workout challenge group. We call them a challenge group. So I basically don't require them to purchase anything. I just basically require that they commit to checking in for 5 days straight. So when they are now in my world for 5 days straight, I'm just giving them a taste of what this company offers. So a taste of how they should be structuring their day to be able to see change, a taste of how I coach them, a taste of them getting to like me and want to be working with me. That's all free. And so another example is, for instance, sampling. So if you have a consumable product that you could be doing a sampling, you could be offering a tasting in the doorway of certain businesses. So again, I'm in the health and fitness industry. So something that I would consistently do, especially if I had a brick and mortar, is I would consistently run a tasting featuring certain products. So for instance, if I owned a gym, which I do have a lot of people that I've worked with that do own gyms and they are reps for the company, what I would consider doing and suggest that they do is at least monthly, they always have a product of the week, or they do a big Saturday tasting. And that, of course, is where you want to give them a sample. Now you're talking about fit clubs, which of course is still relative to the world that I'm in with Team Beachbody. Fit clubs is a tasting because that's where they get to work out for free. That's a dangerous zone to be in though, because fit clubs are the slowest way to gain commitment from people, because you keep giving them the cow. You keep giving them the cow. You keep giving them the cow. They don't need to buy the cow because you're giving them the cow. They don't need to buy the cow because you're going to give them the cow every time they want the cow. So that's why it's better to offer something short and simple, more edited, because that's going to get them to want a deeper dive of commitment or more information or support when you've got something next to offer. So again, your free service could be if it's coaching. So say, for instance, you do coaching. You could offer them a free once a month 30-minute coaching call. Now, for instance, that could get really busy on your schedule. So what you could do is you could do, say, for instance, once a month, if you're a coach, a consultant of sorts, and basically promote an offer out there that on Monday, I'm going to be running a free coaching and consulting call for anybody that wants to come on and ask me any question that you want live, and I'll be offering my services for 30 minutes once a month. So again, whatever it is, you are basically going to be offering a taste of what you offer, but it's got to be free. So it has to be something that they will want and that it doesn't require them to sign big contracts or whatever the case might be. Okay? That's the first thing that you should be always running every month. Every month. It's got to be consistent. The next thing is a small investment. They're becoming a customer. And that's, of course, where you're going to offer them support, training, consulting, whatever it is. So to give you an idea of what that would be is where now you are going to get a customer that is actually going to make an investment with you. The investment doesn't need to be the most expensive package that you offer. It could be something super simple and small, because most times people actually won't follow through with what they say they want to do or achieve unless they actually put some money out. So that's why when you're going to offer something of where you now are going to support them, but all they need to do is front a little bit of an investment, that is going to get them even deeper into your world. So again, this is going to be something you're going to schedule on your calendars. So for instance, when you're saying free samples is here. And I personally don't think like just throwing out samples to people is effective, because who cares? Send me a sample and you're forgettable. Who cares? I don't like you. You just gave me something free. That's it. I'll just go to the next person that's promoting the same company and product, and I'll get free samples from them too. So your best thing is to get them to work with you. You're the difference. Your product is a dime a dozen. So stop thinking your product is so special. It's not. There's a ton of other people that can sell the same dang thing. It's you. That's the difference. So if you're going to give out free samples, then waste your money and go freaking do that. But I'm suggesting you do it where you're giving them, again, you. It's got to be you and a taste of that, okay? So when they're now making a small investment, this, of course, can be multiple things. So it can be a product that they're going to purchase, and you're going to lead them through a training group to use that product effectively. Or maybe it is making a small investment of purchasing your time to work with you as a consultant. Maybe it's something like that. And you now are going to kind of bring them into a little part of your world of how do you support someone who makes an investment with you? How do you support your customers? Because again, they're in and out. They only put a little bit of money. They didn't sign any big contracts. They're not there forever. You still need to win them over. So again, the small investment, the biggest thing with this though, is making sure that you are going to make them love you, not the product, you. Because the product, everybody can buy that product and everyone can fail with the product. Someone's going to have greater success with the product when they connect with the culture, when they connect with the person. That's where they're going to have success with the product. I've purchased multiple skin cream from different MLMs previously, and I don't repeat that business again. The thing is because that person never really supported me well with it. They sold me the product and then shooed me on my way, and they just put their little stupid sticker on their product. Who cares? I'm not invested with them because they're not invested with me. So the more that you can sell someone a product, but then pull them into your supportive world, they're going to connect deeper to the company, the culture, and you. So that is critical. That again, anybody that's buying something from you, whether it's your time or a physical product, that you make sure that you've got a system that is going to support them through to have success with that. So then the third type of activity that you are going to always do every month is to showcase your business. So again, this is going to be directly relative to network marketers, but don't close this off if you're not a network marketer. This probably applies in your business, but just a little bit different. You have to think of it that way, okay? So the next thing that you need to do every month is always do a business invitation. You need to be able to support people and show them in different ways what it's like to work and have business or do this business. And that, of course, is going to be very important for you to grow your business. And I'm going to show you on the calendar how this all works together. And it actually is going to grow your business by running these 3 things together. I'm going to show you exactly on the calendar. Now, the thing is that too many times entrepreneurs will show the business a lot. They will run webinars, they will run meetings, they will run calls. That's what they'll do. But the thing is that person, totally, I will hold it up again, Michelle, in a second. That person is not, again, invested with you because you're just talking. You're just a talking head. So the best way for you to be able to, of course, get people to be really invested and interested in seeing themselves in the life is, first of all, not to freak them out and talk too much about your dang company. Stop it already. Stop talking about how amazing the owners of the company are. Stop talking about this product, that product, this product, that product, this product, that product. Stop talking about all the other successful people in your business, because the people that are checking out your business don't know those people. That doesn't excite them. What everyone is thinking when they're looking into a business is, can I do this? Do I want to be a part of that world? That's what they're thinking. The biggest thing is they're looking at their time already and they're deciding, is this something I could do? Is this something I connect with? They don't care about Joe Schmo, who's a super successful person with the business. They don't care. They don't care about all the different products that they have. They don't care, because again, you could talk about the history of your company all day and night, but it's no big deal, and who cares? It's not going to make any big difference. Okay, so you, of course, want to make sure that you are showing a way to personally invite people to be as connected to you or whomever is presenting this, but you need to do it very consistently. So I'm just going to show you on a very basic scale, but just know you can repeat these activities multiple times throughout your month. This is kind of a getting started process where it's not going to overwhelm you. You're not going to be super duper busy and running with your head cut off because you got so many things that you're trying to juggle in a month. No, if you are consistent every month and at least run these 3 things one time a month, you are moving your business forward. Okay? So I will hold it up in a second. So you are going to be moving your business forward when you are doing these things consistently every month. Now, it's your ability to be able to connect people with a system, because if you're thinking it up on the fly, and if you think by putting people in, and I'm just going to use this example, the book club, if you think that by opening up a Facebook group for people who want to join a book group is going to run itself, you are sadly mistaken. People need to be told what to do. So if you're going to run any type of group, any support, any consultant, anything free, anything where they're purchasing something, anything where they're signing up to work with you in your business, it all needs to have a system. And it's got to be a system that repeats itself every month. Because every month you can't be like, all right, so what am I going to say today? No. Write this plan out and it's done. So for instance, the people that join me personally with my business, I don't want them to think in the beginning. I know that their lives are busy. I know they're freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, can I do this? I'm adding something on my plate. I don't want them to go and do a basic activity and go figure it out on themselves. I don't want them to do that. I've done it all for them. I hand it over to them. So when I tell them, all I want you to do is go run an accountability group online, all they need to do is copy paste my templates of everything, of the entire process. I created it and you hand it out to those people that are working with you. And that's what you want to do, so that you are not doing this over and over and over again every month, trying to figure out what to do. So here's my example of the activity again that you need to be running. These 3 types of activities that you need to run every month. And if you want to take your screenshot, go ahead for it right now. Now, let's plug this into October. Now, I know we're already on October 13th, and this, of course, is about halfway through the month. It's not too late. Don't worry about it, because you know what? Practice makes success. That's it. So practice does not make perfect. Practice always makes success. So if you want to even run all 3 of these this month, and it doesn't match the time frame of when I said that you should, do it. Just go ahead and do it, because you're still going to get that practice and you're going to get your system built. So for instance, I've created a system that's called the 30-Day Business Boot Camp, and I've been running it now for 4 years. I used to, and this is what I used to do, was when I first created it, I would think up on the fly what I wanted them to do each day for their assignment, for their activity, for their personal growth and development. I would think of that up on the fly, and then I would just deposit it into an Excel document. And I would do that for 4 weeks, because they worked with me for 30 days, of course. So for the first times building my program, I thought it up on the fly. But now, I mean, I've been running this program for 4 years now, that I have tweaked and rebuilt that whole system all over again and made sure that it made sense with the process of where someone should be in which week. So it's not random activity. It makes sense that each week it follows a system as well. Do you think in these months prior to the holidays you should double up on these for each month? You do as much as you can effectively do. So if you are not effectively doing it, then you are doing way too much. So make sure that whatever you do it. And this, of course, is something that you should have scheduled through the rest of the year. So let's go into October. Here we are. We're looking at October. And of course, this is going to be a little far away, but obviously I'm going to turn it a little bit so you can see. Okay? So here is October. I'm going to give you an example of a basic type of month where if you schedule your activity in this order, I'm going to give you the reasoning of why it should be in this order. It will then help all areas of all 3 parts, okay? So the first thing is when I'm looking at the month here, so we got to hurry up and do this before it gets too dark. So for October, we've got right here, Thursday the 1st. This is no big deal, because the first thing that I'm going to offer, the one thing I always want to make sure in the beginning of my month, is something free where people can taste it, feel it, get connected to me, something like that. If it's free, then I don't need to worry about shipping or getting them their product or creating a tool or anything like that. It's free. So the amount of time I need to lead to start something in the beginning of the month is really no big deal. It's just my ability to be able to get enough people in. And if you only get a couple people in, who cares? Run it anyway. But the reason why I'm suggesting this is the first thing that you start with in the beginning of your month is because it's the beginning of the month. Now, for me, we need to achieve a certain amount of points in our business to be a top leader coach in the business. Not everybody has to. So the thing here is, if I run the free item the first of the week, that I'm going to have greater success. So for instance, what I would do if I was doing my free clean eating, I would run it for this full week right here. And the reason why for free clean eating is because nobody wants to diet on a Thursday. So if you start your diet programs on a Thursday, nobody wants to start on a Thursday. They see Friday, Saturday, Sunday as their last hurrah before they start clean eating, okay? People have in their mind, oh, I'm starting on Monday. Start on Monday, doesn't matter, okay? Your clean eating groups, you run it for 10, 15, 80 days. I don't care how long you run them for. Be an entrepreneur, figure out what works for your schedule. That's basically it, okay? But always start the free item or free thing in the beginning of the month. So for instance, if you are doing a free tasting, a home party where you want to show people the products or have them put the lotion all over their body, whatever it is, that would mean that it would be that first weekend or the first days in the week. It doesn't always need to be a week-long event. Just make sure again that you are doing it in the beginning. So if it's a one-day event, that it falls on a day that makes sense for your business. So for instance, if it's a home party or something like at the gym, if it's a tasting at the gym, the best time is Saturday morning. Hello, everybody comes in on Saturday morning to work out. That's the best time to show a gym type product. So that's going to be your first thing. Now, the second full week of your business or the opportunity is when you're going to make them make a purchase, okay, like a small investment. That's when you're going to run that one. And then I'm going to show you how you're going to promote to make them all work together, okay? This is the week where you strongly want to make sure you're always doing a business. So now, on my sheet here, you saw that I talked about a day in the life, a sneak peek. these are really popular, that a lot of people will kind of invite people to kind of be an intern or a behind the scenes of what the business is like. And that is a great time to be able to do that, is after you've already run those other programs. And if you are going to be running a webinar, then you need to run your webinar either consistently every, whatever it is, Wednesday of the third week of the month, or every Wednesday. Just make sure you're very consistent. So this is just a super simple jump off for you guys. You guys can do it any way you want. So again, this is a super simple jump off where you're only doing it one item a month. But if you want to repeat and do more, go for it. Go for it. Okay. So if this is my example, and if I'm going to be doing the free item first, and then I'm going to be doing the small investment item second, and then I'm going to be presenting the business or the sneak peek. How does my promotion work? Okay. I can promote the free thing anytime before. Okay. So usually like the week before is when you would run and promote the free item that you're going to be doing, because all you need to do is get people in to be able to be a part of that. Okay. Hey, Sherry, good seeing you. So now, if this is the week that I'm going to be selling people something and I'm going to run a 3-day support training group on that product that you bought. So for instance, if you sold someone, those nails things, and you're going to run a 3-day Facebook private group for everybody who purchased it, and you're going to run it from that Monday through Wednesday and show them all the steps on how you should prepare your nails and how you go about applying them and how you can switch them up and cool techniques, whatever. You're going to take 3 days to support people through it, and you're going to just keep motivating them to love it even more, love you even more, and show them cool things that they can do so they invest more. So that's what your small investment is they got to purchase something, of course, to be a part of it, whatever your product is or your consulting. Okay. So if I'm going to make people buy something to do this 3-day Jamberry Jam weekly thing, I need to make sure that I've promoted this well in advance, that people can have their product before it starts. Okay. So for me, if I'm going to be starting my support group for whatever people are buying here, I am not starting promotions the week before, because if I'm starting promotions the week before, then I'm going to miss a lot of people because they're not going to get their product in time. Okay. So if I do it here, that's too late, because in my business, we need to at least allow at least a week or so for them to get their product to be able to be supported. So if I'm going to be running it here, I need to be promoting the 2 weeks before. Okay. So if I'm selling something that they need it here, if I'm offering something to charge, you need to ensure that your promotion is always at least 1 full week before they would need to make the purchase to get it in time, because I need to promote, and then I need to have all those one-on-one conversations to make sure that that is the right product that they need. I'm not just going to say, who wants to buy this marker? And we're going to everybody have a marker contest on the 12th. No, I need to gather the people and fit them to the right product that they're all going to have, and then be able to have it here. Okay. You have workout parties. What do you do to promote? Oh, that's a big can of worms. Promoting is word of mouth, your personal invitation of friends. You're using social media. You're sending out emails. You are doing everything. You're using everything to promote. So now the business, say for instance, you're going to do a 2-day day in the life sneak peek of what it's like to be in business with what you do. Okay. So if I'm going to run that this week here, I can promote that anytime. You can let them know anytime. And it's actually to your advantage if you do promote it during this time frame where you're doing the free item with someone as well as the paid item, because now you got these people loving you. You got these people loving you that now by the time that you invited them to this, they already love you. They want to be a part of what you're doing, and you're going to show them how it's possible. So all of those things together will always work as long as you're consistently doing it every month. If you're not, you are forgettable. You are inconsistent. You're not a leader. You're not an entrepreneur. You're a hobby. You're building something on the side where you don't fully invest and you don't fully believe in it, because only people that fully believe will completely invest and do things in repetition. Do you do 21-day challenge groups? I created 21-day challenge groups before that product first came out, just so you guys know. And the reason why I created my system, which is called 21-day lean out, is because I just personalized what do I do when I diet. I know for me, after 2 weeks, I'm fed up with dieting and exercising so hard. And I just want to have chocolate chip cookies and brownies and go out for dinner. So I know for me, if I just stick it out for 1 more week, I'm going to see results. So that's why I created the 21-day, and all the silly other people were running these 60-day, 90-day challenges, because the amount of percent of the public population that finishes actually in completion a 90-day program perfectly is like barely a percent. It's barely a percent. So you got to do what works for your world. And then, of course, then the 21-day fix came out. All right, cool, guys. Thanks for jumping on, and appreciate it. I got 1 mosquito bite in this whole process, so I'm winning tonight, even though I sprayed. Thanks for checking in. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.